What happened that Christmas became one of the most notorious and unsolved cases of modern times. It was Christmas 1996 when a panicked phone call was made from the residence of Patsy and John Ramsey to 911 emergency services stating their daughter Jonbenet was missing. Hello, amazing viewers. It's me, Femina here. If this is the content you would be interested in, do subscribe and click the bell right away. On the 6th of August 1990, in Atlanta, Georgia, Jonbenet was born to parents Patsy and John Ramsey. After the birth of Jonbenet, the family moved to Boulder, Colorado in 1991 for John's work. Her father, a multimillionaire businessman, and her mother, who was a former beauty queen. The family owned 2 private jets, a yacht, and a holiday home in Michigan. Their net worth in 1999 was reported to be $6.4 million. With her mother's training, Jonbenet started to compete in children's beauty contests from an early age, winning multiple titles, including Little Miss Colorado Sunburst in 1995. It was Christmas Day in Boulder, and the Ramsey family had spent the evening at the home of their nearby friends Fleet and Priscilla. The Ramseys put Jonbenet to bed around 9 pm. The next morning at 5 am, Patsy Ramsey woke to find a 3-page ransom note on the stairs. The note claimed that someone had kidnapped Jonbenet and demanding $118,000 for the safe return of her. It also told the Ramseys not to contact the police and that they would be in contact between 8 am to 10 am with instructions for how to drop off the money. Patsy called 911 shortly after her discovery. Police arrived at the Ramseys' home, and due to the Christmas holiday, seasoned officers were at home, leaving less experienced officers to deal with the apparent kidnapping. The family and the cops waited, but no call came. Sometime after the ransom call window, the cops asked the Ramseys to check the house again for anything that was missing or out of place that they could use as evidence. John and a friend immediately went to investigate the basement after the cops asked them to scan the house. A few minutes later, John came up the stairs carrying the body of Jonbenet. He had found her in a back room in the basement just after 1 pm. She was wrapped in a blanket with duct tape over her mouth and a garrote tied around her neck with a paintbrush that had been used for leverage. 6-year-old Jonbenet was dead. The coroner concluded that Jonbenet was killed by ligature strangulation and craniocerebral injuries. She had multiple abrasions to her neck, cheek, legs, and other body parts. She also noted that there was blood in Jonbenet's underwear. Her body also showed signs of sexual abuse. Unfortunately, John carried his daughter's body upstairs, which contaminated the crime scene. Many people suspect that the Ramseys themselves killed their daughter. There are definitely a lot of weird details about this case that nobody can explain. Watch on to find out what they were. According to the police, the ransom note the Ramseys found was very unusual. First of all, it was 3 pages long. That's really long for a ransom note. The note asked for exactly $118,000 for Jonbenet's safe return. $118,000 sounds pretty random. Why not ask for a nice round $200,000? It was almost the exact same amount of money John Ramsey had received as a Christmas bonus earlier in the month. The long ransom note claimed to be from a small foreign faction. What exactly is a small foreign faction? Nobody is quite sure. It also claimed that the kidnappers would behead Jonbenet if the money was not given to them in a brown paper bag. It ended with a strange sign of victory. It is an all-around weird note. The cryptic ransom note was discovered to be written on paper found at their house. It seems a little risky to come to a kidnapping without a note prepared. Why would the kidnapper take the time to write 3 entire pages and risk getting caught? There are no signs of forced entry or break-in into the basement. There were dust and spider webs on the window that were left undisturbed. When Patsy called 911 to report her daughter missing, she used some pretty strange language. She said, "We have a kidnapping," instead of "My daughter has been kidnapped." The Ramseys' house was expansive, So the kidnapper would have needed clear instructions to get Jonbenet from her bedroom and down to the basement. It is likely that only someone with knowledge of his house would have been able to do this successfully. The weirdest part of the kidnapping was that there was no kidnapping, as Jonbenet was discovered in the basement after several hours. The kidnappers said they would call between 8 to 10 am on the 26th, but they never did. As of 2001, the Boulder police report, having interviewed more than 600 people, investigated around 140 potential suspects, and logged about 1,400 items of evidence. So, why has not it been solved? After 24 years, it is unlikely that this case will ever be solved due to the number of theories, people involved, and inadequate police work at the scene. Whatever the truth, it will likely die with the person or people who committed it after all this time.